Hello YouTubers, hello Starfield players, welcome back, Dreadis here. Well, the ammunition grind is real in Starfield. So if you don't know, ammunition is something that's expensive at the beginning, and then you have to get a lot of it, and then you're running from store to store. So I would like to reduce that grind, but not delete that grind. So I would like to get craftable primers and diodes. So it says here that for a lead, copper, and you have to have ammunition 1 research completed. Now I believe I have all the ammunition research completed. So I should be able to make all these. The other one is SSNN Radio Broadcast. Now you can listen to SSNN broadcast anytime, anywhere. I'll end up putting it in my inventory, right? I don't know why it's a consumable item. So my last 2 videos, I reviewed Praxis UI Inventory, Zone's Beautiful Body Mesh, Roleplay Walk, and Enhanced Companions. And so these are all just quality of life for this next playthrough. I'm on my 3rd playthrough. As far as my load order, I'm just leaving them at the bottom of the load order. Alright YouTubers, well, we're on the base here, and Sarah is taking a look at this bench here, and we've got an SSNN radio. Uses 1 iron, no cost. I'll confirm that. As far as ammunition goes, let's see here. So I would need 777 ammo, right? But it needs small primer. There's magnetic diode, large primer, charge diode, small round primer. So yeah, copper and lead. Oh, there's an SSNN radio config book at the bottom here. Well, we'll have to make one of those too. Okay, check combat radio will automatically turn off when in combat and turn back on when combat ends. When you change it from off to on, the radio is on, it will turn off, and if it is off, it will turn on. Check combat on. Doesn't make much sense, but did I just discard it?
Tragedy struck a remote settlement on Tau Ceti 2. A surprise terramorph attack killed every settler. There were no survivors.
So if I favorite it, I'll put it on. Oh, that's sit anywhere. Yeah, so we'll put it here. So if I hit this button, turn on the radio.
Once considered an effective, even essential element in combating some of the settled systems.
Turn off the radio. Nice. Okay.
The Settled Systems News Network. News you can trust. New Atlantis Security has reported yet another Aurora overdose case. The psychotropic produced in the city of Neon and widely available there is illegal contraband in the United Colonies.
Really?
We're asked to remind listeners that those in possession of Aurora are subject to fines and/or imprisonment and is a clear threat to public safety.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. And we'll go to SSNN. And that is, look at that. Is that wolf there? I'm not going to hit it, am I?
Bad news for the League of Independent Settlers, or LIST. A prospective colonist family used LIST resources to find a new home.
Okay, so how do I put it? Oh, I can hit R.
A remote moon filled
There it
with
is.
life and
And if I
ideal
hit
for
E,
farming.
hold E.
The only problem is that moon does not exist. So instead of starting a new life, free of rules and completely self-reliant, the family returned to New Atlantis and filed a lawsuit. List told our reporter it was a simple data entry error. It should have been.
Okay, so I turned the radio off. There's no interaction here to turn that radio on. Okay, I thought maybe I could drop a radio and then, you know, listen to it. You know, there is something that I know as a Starborn that you probably want to find out. There's a child that's lost on a planet somewhere. One that you inadvertently may have left behind. You should go save her. I guess that's the part about being starborn. Maybe it didn't happen in this universe. I should probably find out. That's interesting. So the sound of the radio was on, and then I was able to turn it off, like it was on in this room. Anyway, I think Sarah has a unique chin, because when I went back to this one, it didn't change back. Or maybe it's because I changed the wattle on her neck. What's a wattle, you might ask? Well, let's see what a wattle is. You can change right here. See? This is your wattle. Wattle out, wattle in. Wattle, wattle, wattle. And you can change the width of her neck. And there's all these shape blends that you can do to change things in her face. As far as her eye color, go with that. It's a little bit more fiery, I guess. And then the hair color. No refine button. It'd be nice if there was a refine button. They just use a flat palette. No, I'm not giving her colored hair. Not wearing yellow hair, black hair. You know what I'm saying? Like just before it goes heavy red. That actually might look good. It's almost too black. That's why I went with the brown. All these short haircuts. You know what I mean? There we go. Sinead. Sinead O'Connor. She was the first one to start shaving her head in protest. Or at least that's what they said. They're like, hey, you want to cut all your hair off because of some odd reason? Let's do a protest. Believe it or not, her mouth, you refine it up or down and shape blends. So here's what's trying to make her smile. Anyway, good enough.
Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know, but we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun.
I'm with SSNN. I'd like to ask some questions.
A journalist? That's a surprise. Most people don't think anything that goes on in the well is worth writing about.
To jump out moments before their defeat. This is yet another black eye in SysDef's never-ending struggle to contain the elusive Crimson Fleet.
Huh, that's crazy.
The settled...
No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here.
I'm with
Just on our
SSNN.
toes.
I'd like to ask you
else?
some questions about your business. Hello, Apex Electronics guy.
But I'm only talking basics. I don't like people snooping around my business.
So how are things going at Apex?
Door's still open, isn't it? That's my idea of success.
Hey, that's great. Thanks so much. Did everything go all right?
Yeah, it was fine.
Glad to hear it. I'm looking forward to reading through your notes.
Press statement saying that the mark was accurate and the tracker in question didn't hurt anyone. But if history is any judge, it's only a matter of time before an incident occurs with a more tragic outcome.
I've got one I don't mind sharing with you. There was one time I had to track down one of our own. Someone I once called friend.
The Regana was on a mission of mercy to deliver medical supplies to New Homestead. Instead of making it safely to port, it was found floating. The site of
You
a
ask me?
brutal
The real
massacre.
New Atlantis
All
is down.
crewmates were
I
found
got
dead.
contacts all over.
Medical supplies
Stock
and
may
everything
not
in the
be...
cargo hold was missing, leading authorities to suspect pirate activity.
But the
Take your time. I got all day. Watch your back out there.
Alright, so as a word of warning, it looks like the radio mod can
Tragedy
affect
struck
some
a
of
remote
the
settlement on Tau
conversations,
A surprise terror morph
causing the
attack killed every
conversations to
settlement.
lag,
There were no
and then
survivors.
you have to wait
The
for
settled
the
systems are
radio to
sadly no
finish
stranger
before
to
the
radio health.
NPC will
You're looking to
continue
get a
talking.
bounty hunting for the Trackers Alliance? Get yourself
So in other
set up
words,
with a job
it's
for
more
one of the
for
mission boards in
during
town.
travel. You're just traveling around and you want to check the radio and see what's happening. See if any of your missions are showing up on the radio.
Tragedy struck a remote settlement on Tau Ceti 2. A surprise terror.
Alright, well, I have some storied text that I went and I got. I wanted to go and sell to them. I'm not sure exactly how this all works, but I'll figure it out.
My guest tonight is one of the most
Thanks for liking and subscribing, and come back for more Starfield action.
Landed him squarely at the top of the wanted list. Yes, well, being blindfolded and then grav jumped to what appears to be an abandoned mining facility isn't exactly what I call an invitation.
Well, I'm sure you're not surprised that your request for an interview would come with some very specific conditions.